This beautiful pass, which is situated midway between Clarence and Voorheesburg in the eastern Free State, is well known and much loved by motorists and motorcyclists alike. The road surface is extremely good, the corners are cambered correctly, and the views over the entire length of the pass, and in particular near the summit, are quite breathtaking. This is also the location of one of the most defining moments of the Anglo-Boer War, after which this pass is named. During June and July of the year 1900, at the height of the Second Anglo-Boer War, British forces had closed off the many passes leading into the Brandwater Basin, at the center of which lies the town of Voorheesburg. After a number of battles and skirmishes, the Boers, including the bulk of the Orange Free State Fighting Force under President Martinus Steyn and General Christian de Wet, had retreated to what they considered to be an ideal resting place. These two wily leaders realized that they'd made a serious mistake, however, and after appointing General Martinus Prinsloo as Commander-in-Chief, they managed to escape together with 2,600 men over Slubbert's Neck on the night of the 15th of July, leaving some 5,000 men, women and children still trapped inside the basin. The British forces continued to tighten the noose during the latter part of July, and sporadic fighting occurred in many places as the Boers endeavored to find an escape route. The Boer forces were being continually bombarded by the British field artillery, sustaining heavy losses, until at 1700 hours on the 29th of July, General Prinsloo sent a message to Major General Sir Archibald Hunter that he was prepared to surrender unconditionally. The formal surrender took place on the morning of the 30th of July 1900 on a long, high, almost flat-topped hill called Slaapkrans. Today it's called Surrender Hill in commemoration of this event. Some time passed between the formal surrender and the actual capture of all the Boers, as many of them had hidden away in the caves and alleys of the basin and the surrounding mountains. There are varying accounts of the total number of persons that were captured, but according to most records, this included 4,314 men, 2,800 head of cattle, 4,000 sheep, and between 5,000 and 6,000 horses. We move back to modern times as we describe the technical aspects of the pass. From the start, the road gradually ascends at an average gradient of 1 in 20 through a series of gentle S-bends until the summit is reached after 6,7 kilometers. At this point, the road begins a shallow right-hand turn to the west and flattens out for a few hundred meters, then follows a gentle left-hand curve as the road begins a short descent. Watch out at this point for the small signs which indicate the Surrender Hill commemorative site, which is situated on the right-hand side of the road. Here there is a small parking area and a short walk up to a small sandstone plinth which marks this historic location. After the surrender, the Boers were made to pile up all their weapons and guns, including about 2 million rounds of ammunition, which were then set on fire. As can be seen here, it's recorded that the fire continued to burn for a number of days, leaving behind this patch of scorched earth, which still exists 100 years after the event. A small sandstone plinth and memorial plaque now mark the spot at which the surrender took place. After his escape from the basin, General de Wet continued to spearhead the Boer guerrilla campaign throughout the length and breadth of the Boer republics for the remaining 2 years of the war. After a few hundred meters, you'll notice a gravel road leading off to your left, which, if taken, will allow you to travel down into the Caledon River Valley itself. After this intersection, the road turns right in a westerly direction and continues to descend at an average gradient of 1 in 11 until the end of the pass is reached after another 2.1 kilometers. During this final part of the descent, a beautiful vista of sandstone formations, farmlands, grasslands and rivers will open up before you. Continue along the R711 for 15 kilometers to reach the town of Voorheesburg.